For 20-year-old Kintan Brahmabhat, a computer science undergraduate from Purdue University, being an entrepreneur is the only thing he has wanted to do since childhood.
Entrepreneurship has changed the world right from the beginning. For example, take Thomas Alva Edison. He, the American inventor, he invented, for example, electric bulb. Had he been not an entrepreneur, the electric bulb would have started in his lab and stopped in his lab in Menlo Park. He is the one who took his idea from the laboratory to the people's houses.
2 years ago, Kintan came up with an idea of an online medical record system.
My family has around 10 doctors. So right from the beginning, I was brought up with doctors. I've heard on my dining tables that stories about doctors, the stories about the drops or the holes in the medical economy or the healthcare system. In the hospitals, in different departments, there are different companies that provide individual systems that is specific to that department. But the specific systems in different hospital departments, they are not connected with each other. So that creates lack of efficiencies. Medical industry is a highly innovative industry, but all of the innovation has been guided to diagnosis and care and treatment, finding out with a new drug or new therapy. None of the research or very less research has been done on the business part of it.
And so Securamed.com was conceived. Kintan invested $150,000 in setting it up. This amount came from his winnings from various business competitions, family and friends, as well as corporate investors. According to Kintan, a unique feature of his solution is its multilingual capability.
A Securamed user has medical record in multiple languages. Say you go to Paris for a summer vacation and God forbid there is a health emergency, an accident. Your allergies, you are allergic to a drug. The French doctors who do not understand English medical terms and you do not understand French medical terms, the French doctor at the time of operation or surgery can find out what you are allergic to, what's your blood group by going to Securamed.com and finding the information in French even if you do not know French and the doctor does not know English. Spend at least 36% of their time on.
However, the idea of providing online medical records is not new, and this issue was raised by Guy Kawasaki during Kintan's presentation.
Does data have to be entered redundantly?
Everybody came in saying basically the same thing. Legacy systems don't work, we can patch it all together, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's going to be the bulk of your challenge. You're telling me you know how to make doctors go from pen and pencil to computers?
We know better than a lot of them, a lot of the competitors.
That's not the answer I'm hoping for.
There have been more than 150 doctors involved in our pilot over the past 1 year, and we've learned several things through those implementations, and we've had their comments as well.
You said several times that hospitals don't want to use all the systems from the same vendor. And yet you're saying, but hospitals are going to trust this startup that needs $1.3 million to put all these disparate systems together. Those two things conflict. But why should I trust you to do that?
Because of the track record.
What track record?
Pilot results.
Okay. You know, I mean, you have to understand that in the real world, so you have this hospital administrator who's just laid off 10% of his or her staff, budgets are down, everything, and this startup from Stanford comes in and says, hey, we're going to fix all this for you.
You're from Purdue.
Oh, Purdue, Stanford, whatever, Cambridge, IIT. You know, that's tough. That's a tough story today. I'm not saying necessarily anything's wrong with what you're doing. I'm saying that just the market is sick of hearing that, you know, we're going to take all these idiots who are doctors and we're going to bring them into the computer age. Because that story has been played so many times.
What do you suggest?
I suggest you bootstrap and you operate perhaps more as an IT consulting firm that brings, you know, a hospital here online, a hospital here online, a hospital here online, and then one day you wake up and you'll have these 10 customers who say they save $1 million per year from you, and you go to a VC 2 years from now when NASDAQ is back at 1,400, and they'll say, wow, this is a real business. If this guy had capital, he could scale this business, and this could be a very nice vertical business.
Not get reimbursed for at least 35%.
Securamed did not make it beyond the semi-finals of this competition, but Kintan gamely takes it in his stride.
Here's a competition scenario. For the health information,
We go to a lot of competitions, we win some, we lose some, and we learn on the way.
I use the analogy of Cisco. Cisco empowers the internet, and we.
Professor Casey Lun is the president of the International Medical Informatics Association, an independent body that promotes the use of information technology in the healthcare industry. We arranged for a discussion between Professor Lun and Kintan on Kintan's last day in Singapore.
I can imagine the pharmaceutical industries will be very interested in your kind of service, because I think the pharmaceutical industries are always on the lookout for pattern of prescription that the doctors has. Has any of the pharmaceutical industries expressed interest in the kind of setup?
Yes, we have done some informal talks with a few cardiovascular medical device companies, but we haven't set up any formal agreement.
You must be aware that in order in order for this system to be commercially viable, you have to address patients for the whole age range. I do not see a problem with young people who are already IT literate. But how would the elderly, for example, take advantage of your system, particularly those with no IT experience?
Yeah, I agree. That's what we emphatically address, because elderly people are more, they go to the doctors more often than the younger people.
Yes.
What we are planning to do is integrate our medical records software platform with the existing billing software platform in the physicians' offices.
Okay.
So by preparing the billing documents that the physicians have to prepare anyways, the data will be, the medical record will be created by the physician. So here we are addressing two questions: the data entry from the elderly people, because the elderly people don't have to enter the data, the physicians will enter, and the data integrity.
Kintan admits that his idea isn't original, but he believes he can succeed where others haven't. And each encounter with an experienced expert leaves him with valuable lessons learned.
One of the questions he asked was on the data entry by older patients, and I think that's a very crucial question that needs to be addressed by ventures or services like us. We had been thinking in that direction, but his feedback will make us think more in that direction, so I think that's very helpful.
A piece of software that aims to predict the side effects of drugs. A portable CT scanner for physicians. And an online medical record system. Such are the ideas of these bright students from top-notch universities. Can their ideas take root and become reality? In the pursuit of achieving success in the life sciences, where the stakes are sky high, the journey continues for these global entrepreneurs.
Channel News Asia, a network of MediaCorp News.